Hello there! Does rebirth in heaven really mean there is no suffering at all? And is it truly everlasting? Building on the previous episode, the beings in the various heavenly realms possess immense blessings. In our human world, the status, power, and influence of many extremely wealthy and successful people are already beyond the imagination of ordinary people. In the heavenly realms, the status and power of the gods and celestial kings are even more incomprehensible. For example, within the six heavens of the desire realm, lust, passion, attachment to form, and craving for food persist. These pleasures are accompanied by divine abilities and various enjoyments, though they gradually diminish in intensity as one ascends. In the highest level, the Paranirmitavashavartan heaven, sexual union is achieved simply through mutual gazes. In the form realm, all desires disappear. There is no physical body, no need for food or sleep, and beings subsist on the joy of meditation, remaining perpetually awake. Such freedom and happiness surpass anything in the desire realm. Beings in the formless realm transcend material existence, dwelling in levels defined by the intensity of their meditative attainment. The highest level, neither perception nor non-perception, achieves an exquisite stillness devoid of coarse thoughts, hence neither perception, but retains subtle ones, hence nor non-perception. Their sustenance is consciousness itself, granting unparalleled freedom and bliss, though the consumption of their accumulated karmic rewards is vastly greater than in the lower realms. Furthermore, they enjoy an incredibly long lifespan. Even on the Trayastrimsa heaven, the second lowest level of the desire realm, one day is equivalent to 100 years on earth. Thus, 1,000 years in Trayastrimsa heaven equates to 36 million Earth years. Their lifespan may seem like eternity to us, but in reality, even those in higher realms with vastly longer and more unimaginable lifespans are far from eternal. Actually, not even close. It's easy to mistake extremely long durations for eternity. However, true eternity doesn't vary like lifespans across different levels or planes in the heavenly realms, as covered in the previous episode. Mathematically, infinity remains unchanged despite subtraction or division, proving that trillion-year or longer lifespans are not eternal. True eternity can only be attained by transcending samsara. Nevertheless, there are still people who stubbornly envy the pleasures of the heavenly realms. They may think, if that's the case, can't we just follow the practices outlined in the 10 virtuous deeds and reborn there? It is true that if one eliminates evil and practices good, such as following the 10 virtuous deeds or similar guidelines like the 10 commandments, along with doing good, it is possible to be reborn in Trayastrimsa, and this requires immense determination and perseverance. However, as covered in the previous karma series, whether karma is good or bad is determined by our initial intentions or thoughts. As the Kshitigarbha Sutra states, sentient beings in southern Jambudvipa create karma and commit sins whenever they move, rest, or cogitate. This means that even when we perform good deeds, many of them are motivated by selfish desires or conscious aims, such as seeking good results. So, how much good karma can we actually accumulate under these conditions throughout one lifetime? What if we forget to do good in the next life? The life we are living now, with all its details, is entirely the result of our actions in previous lives, and the good fruits we enjoy today, whether abundant or few, will eventually be exhausted. Moreover, even heavenly pleasures eventually lead to great sufferings. What does it mean? For instance, a man who works hard the whole life, saves up a lifetime of money, but then spends it all on just one extremely luxurious meal. After that, he will have to spend the rest of his life in great poverty and misery. Is that meal of enjoyment really worth it? As another example, a person who spends their entire life diligently overcoming desires is reborn in the heavens, still within the desire realm, enjoying immense blessings. However, instead of continuing their practice, their desires grow even stronger. Does this mean they have simply returned to where they started in the circle, or will they fall to an even lower and much more suffering state due to only having negative karma left? This is also a question that requires some thought, but in any case, I wouldn't even think about ascending to any of the higher realms. When good karma is consumed much faster than it's created, as covered in the earlier exploration of karma, the residual negative karma leads to extended suffering in the 3 evil realms, a truly terrifying outcome. Therefore, the pleasures of heavenly realms are merely temporary consumptions of good karma and are not worth expending significant effort to pursue. Furthermore, among the heavenly kings and gods, there are not only great Buddhist protectors, like the 4 heavenly kings, Trayastrimsa God, and in Indra, but also many who, due to their immense power and influence, inevitably become arrogant, squander their blessings, and sometimes even slander the Buddha and the Dharma, believing themselves to be the supreme rulers of the universe. In Buddhism, this is considered creating severe hellish karma. In modern times, many people receive the consequences in this lifetime without having to wait for the next life to experience the suffering they have brought upon themselves. However, because the devas, especially the celestial kings, enjoy vast blessings, they are still reaping the immense good karma from their past actions. As a result, their bad karma takes longer to manifest, which is not something ordinary people can afford. But when their negative karma ripens, the suffering they face is also incredibly difficult to endure. Rebirth in the heavenly realms, while mostly blissful with little suffering, is not without its own hardships. One of these is listed in the Sutra of the Sublime Dharma of Clear Recollection as one of the 8 unfavorable conditions, or 8 obstacles, to hearing the Buddha's teachings. These 8 unfavorable conditions include hell, hungry ghost, animal, barbarian, long life God, holding wrong views, the absence of a Buddha, and being mute, or lacking intact faculties. Why are they unfavorable? In hell realms, beings are constantly suffering, which keeps them from encountering the Buddha, hearing the Dharma, and practicing the teachings. Beings in the realm of hungry ghosts suffer from constant hunger and thirst, leaving them with no time to seek the Buddha's teachings. Beings in the realm of animals, though their suffering is less severe than that of the previous 2 realms, still face numerous hardships, along with constant fear and stupidity, preventing them from hearing the Dharma or practicing it. Many of the long-lived gods have a lifespan equivalent to trillions of human years. Some practitioners of non-Buddhist paths are born in the 4th, or ultimate dhyana, of the form realm, the heaven of no thought, yet they are obstructed from seeing the Buddha and hearing the Dharma, as they enter a state of meditation where no thoughts arise, mistaking it for liberation. This is one of the reasons why practicing advanced meditation requires the guidance of a truly liberated master, not someone with superficial knowledge. Without proper guidance, one can easily go astray. Even celestial beings make such grave errors, let alone ordinary people. In fact, all the gods have unfavorable conditions because they are attached to temporary happiness and have no time or motive to make efforts for the Dharma. Beings who cultivate meditation can reborn in this heaven in future lives. They spend their days in a state of meditation where no thoughts arise, which creates an obstacle to practicing the true Buddhist teachings. Beings born in remote regions, becoming barbarians, are unable to encounter the Buddha, hear the Dharma, or follow the sacred path. Mute beings, or those lacking intact faculties, even if born in a time and place where the Dharma flourishes, suffer from heavy karmic hindrances, rendering them blind, deaf, or mute, with their senses impaired. Despite being in the Buddha's presence, they are unable to see or hear the Dharma. Those endowed with worldly intelligence and eloquence, who possess great cleverness and argumentative skill in worldly matters, unfortunately, develop a rejection of the Dharma. They become engrossed in worldly ideologies and heretical doctrines. This represents an obstacle of intelligence without wisdom, refusing to believe in the true teachings of liberation and stubbornly adhering to wrong views. The final type is being born during a time when the Buddha is not in the world. Due to heavy karmic obstacles, one may be born before the Buddha's appearance, while the Buddha has yet to be born or attain enlightenment, and therefore there is no sacred teaching to practice. Alternatively, one may be born after the Buddha's passing, far removed from the Dharma after the Buddha has entered nirvana. Some people still think that, aside from the obstacles to hearing the Buddha's teachings, and long before the great likelihood of descending into the 3 evil realms, being born in heaven is still a blissful experience. In reality, they experience various forms of suffering and even calamities. Please subscribe to watch the next episode. Best wishes to you and your loved ones. See you soon. Subscribe to Chill Life. If you believe in yourself, all will be fine.